Hey everybody, it's the Horror Appraisal.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Evan.
I'm Sam. We are leaving Scarefest now, and we recorded a live video yesterday, but it wasn't really that great. We were exhausted because
our energy was down.
We had a 2-mile walk from the convention to our hotel, so doing that over and over again.
And he had boots on.
Yeah, my feet were a little tore up. But we wanted to share with you what we experienced at Scarefest this year and why you should check it out next year.
Yeah. You know, man, their theme was Camp Scarefest, so they had a lot of Friday the 13th themed things. They had several Jasons. They had the Jason from Part 2, the Jason from Part 6, Ari Lehman, the original Jason from Part 1. They had
Amy Steele from Part 2.
Yes.
They had Adrian Kane from Part 1.
They had many of the actors from the other films. I was just trying to highlight the Jasons.
Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder, of course, yeah.
So that's 4 Jasons in one building.
One building, man. That's a lot of Jasons.
That's a lot. And in addition to that, one of the men who gave all those people, well, one of the people who made magic with Friday the 13th, Tom Savini.
Tom Savini, great makeup effects and special effects artist. He was probably the person Sam and I were the most excited to meet. You know, he's worked on such films such as Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Creep Show,
Maniac, Blood-Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh. Yeah, you don't know that one, do you?
I can't believe you named that one.
The Prowler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Martin. Have you seen Martin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Tom Savini, he's the guy in the movie From Dusk Till Dawn who has the dick gun. So there, now everybody should know who he is.
So I want to say a word about Tom Savini. A lot of people online, when we started talking about meeting Tom Savini, there are videos out there of people ranting and being, kind of upset. And maybe they had a specialized experience, but a lot of people seem to think that Tom Savini is rude, that he doesn't give his fans enough time. I walked up to the guy yesterday. I had 13 posters to sign. Yes, I was paying him to sign them, but I had 13 posters. And he gave me the time to open them up safely and not rush through, not tear them up.
Yeah, he wasn't in a hurry.
He said to me, take your time.
Yeah.
And so I opened up each one. I got him to sign them. He didn't complain about personalizing anything. He signed an awesome line on Evan's Dawn of the Dead one sheet.
He did, actually, yes. Did you want me to share it?
Yeah, share it.
Well, okay. So, I have a Dawn of the Dead original one sheet it's got a George Romero and Ken Forier's signature already. And, of course, Ken Forier's character is, one of the main in the film. And as Tom Savini's character is, not only did Tom Savini do the makeup and special effects for Dawn of the Dead, he also starred in it as one of the mall raiders at the end. So he sees Ken Forier and he's yelling up at him. He says, "I see you, Chocolate Man." And I asked him to sign that, and he totally did. It was awesome.
He didn't complain. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he didn't bat an eye. I was like, can you sign "I can see you, Chocolate Man"? He went, yeah.
Now, here is the caution. When you meet these people, okay?
Hey, but anyway, Tom Savini, very nice guy. I don't know why people say he's rude, like you were saying people are saying. He was very nice. He
There was even a guy in line, but when we were getting ready to meet CJ Graham, there was a guy in line talking about, oh yeah, Tom Savini, he's Mr. Personality, being sarcastic. And I was thinking to myself, I don't think that's going to be the case. Tom Savini's a busy guy.
Yeah.
He has tons of fans. He's worked on so many movies. He's received so much praise. You can't fault the guy for just being himself and just being like, yeah, cool, thank you. He says thank you. He says, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. He shakes your hand. He takes a picture with you at the table. What more do you want?
Unlike some people who were charging for you to take a selfie. What a crap.
Well, this brings me to the other side.
Anyway.
This brings me to the other side of the convention center. Malcolm McDowell. Okay, when Evan had a really high opinion of Malcolm McDowell in the past.
I liked Malcolm McDowell's, and I always enjoyed Malcolm McDowell's films. I was very excited to meet him. I had a Clockwork Orange poster that I wanted, an original theatrical re-release poster. I had a Star Trek Generations poster on the side. And I was thinking, man, I can't wait to meet this guy. I bet he's really cool. And I'll be honest, my experience with him about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, I can't remember when it was, but I came away very disappointed. Actually, he's kind of didn't really want to even look at you. He didn't want to talk to you.
Now, with women, he's cheerful and he says, "Hi, how are you? Good to see you." Yeah.
But whatever. That's fine if he's a lady hound. But But like, you know, you're paying the guy money, and like he'll barely look at you, and like he's like, okay, fine, and like he just signs it like that. He doesn't even look at it. I don't know. It just
and
it's like he doesn't appreciate the people who appreciate him. I don't know.
Well, he was what, $40 that time?
He was $40 that time. I paid him $80 to sign 2 things.
All right, so I walk up to him this year. I had just seen 31 and loved that movie a whole lot, and I had just finished getting the rest of the cast that was here. I finished getting them on this awesome original vinyl banner poster from a theater.
Yeah, it's a really cool poster.
So, you know, I walk up to Malcolm McDowell. Nobody is checking him out. He had one person in line, and they left because he was charging.
He had like a huge table set up, and there's no one in line for him.
He was charging $50 for signature. No photo op. I walk up and I say, "Hey, man, I caught 31 last night. I paid the rent to rent it, and I enjoyed it, and I thought your character was cool in it." And he was like, "Oh, well, I haven't seen it." And I was like,
"What?"
I was like, "Oh, it's good." And he was like, "Typical Rob Zombie film, huh?" And he signed my poster, and that was it.
He signed it like with 2 fingers. Like his signature's just a couple of waves.
Yeah, it's just a couple wavy lines.
You had to ask him to make it to Sam.
Yeah, he did make it to Sam. I got to give him that. But otherwise, he was just not very nice. And then he stood everybody up on the panel.
That was the thing. He had to leave early. I did not mean to interrupt you.
Well, there was a panel.
Yeah, for 31.
Yeah, and he didn't show up to that. And they were waiting on him, and then he's like, "I'm not going." And it's just kind of...
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly...
I don't know what the interaction was, but...
I'm not going.
He just wasn't approachable. He was not. He didn't do what he came to do. And
well, you know, they had the red carpet ceremony. We're going to get off of Malcolm McDowell here in a second, but like when they were doing the opening thing, they kept saying, "We're going to open up and soon Malcolm McDowell will be here." And like 5 minutes, anytime now, Malcolm McDowell.
I understand.
Malcolm McDowell will be here soon. And then like he came in late, like, 45 minutes. I don't know.
Well,
guy just doesn't seem... I know the guy's probably busy. And you know what? He's an actor who has stayed busy. He's working constantly. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like someone who gives a shit about the people that have put him where he is. I mean, what do I know?
I understand that when he's with people that have invited him to Scarefest, when he's with the important people, he is probably very cheerful and very friendly. I have no doubt about that. But when it's just us regular people, I feel like you need to hear what he does to us. So that's all we really should say, I guess.
That's fine.
Anyway, there was...
Other than that...
There's we had a great time seeing Felissa Rose again and Jonathan Tiersten.
That was so cool. Felissa Rose is always so nice.
Yeah, Felissa is the opposite. She keeps up with her fans. Every fan that comes to the table, she remembers people's names.
She interacts with people on such a personal level.
She remembers who people are, and
we met her like 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years.
It was 2011.
Yeah, wow. So 5 years ago.
But yeah, she's really nice. Jonathan Tiersten was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Cunningham was there. A little different than the first time we met him. He was really nice the first time we met him.
I'm sure he was nice this time.
Well, I said hi to him and he just kind of looked away.
Oh, did he?
He may not have heard me, so I'm not going to hold that against him because he was super nice the first time we met him.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Laura Park Lincoln.
All the people from 31.
Oh yeah, all the people.
About that.
Oh.
Other than Malcolm McDowell, talk about everyone else you met from 31.
Meg Foster, dude.
Meg Foster
has been one of these people that we've wanted to meet for a long time, because of her work in Masters of the Universe as Evil Lynn. That's one of, we didn't see a whole lot of movies in the theater as kids probably, because we didn't have tons of money. But seeing Masters of the Universe in the theater for me was one of my first experiences.
Me too.
And I remember Evil Lynn's character just being amazing. And of course lately with Rob Zombie doing Lords of Salem and 31.
Yeah, that's really giving her a little boost, and I'm glad.
Well, she was awesome in They Live. Well, I mean, she was in They Live. She was a smaller character in They Live. She didn't really get the shine.
Right.
But after interacting with her, man, she has a really in tune. Her mind is very in tune with her work, and I think that's what shows in her roles. Like I
agree. Yeah. She's just very like you said yesterday. She's very cerebral, and she's a very thoughtful lady. you know, I enjoyed her conversation so much, and just how she talked about how she would focus and get into a scene that she was getting ready to do. I thought that was just very cool.
Yes, the way she framed like she would describe her feelings on set and stuff. I thought that was awesome. Poncho Moller is this awesome character. He is a little person. He referred to himself as a dwarf. I'm not, whatever. I'm not going to even attempt to identify him further by that. But he plays this Nazi, Spanish-speaking Nazi in 31, and he's a clown. And dude, his performance in 31 is awesome.
It was.
And meeting the guy in real life, what a nice guy.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm tired.
It's been a long weekend.
It has been. But yeah, the guy was really cool. I like how he talked about, just saying everything in Spanish and asking Rob Zombie, wait, are there going to be subtitles? And Rob Zombie going, no, because there's something creepier about a guy speaking something you can't understand that's trying to kill you. And I do agree with that. That is true.
He's a great character.
Yeah.
The guy, one of the Chainsaw Twins in 31, he was there. I cannot remember his name. Gosh,
he was the guy in Breaking Bad that the ATM fell on.
Yeah, he's got the beard. God bless.
I can't remember his name.
He is awesome in 31.
Yeah, he was cool.
The chainsaw scenes in 31, where there's just lots of blood and death everywhere. It's so good.
Yeah.
Let's see. We met Judy Geeson from 31.
Is it Geeson or Gleason? I can't remember.
It's not got an L.
Okay.
It's Geeson.
She was in To Sir with Love with Sidney Poitier.
She's a old school British actress.
Very classy lady.
And it's kind of funny when she was telling you stories, and the things that she found funny are so very British.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was talking about how she was on set with another person on Lords of Salem, and they were knelt down in front of a door, and one of them said to the other, that door really can't act. And they started giggling and laughing, and their shoulders were shaking. And
how droll.
They were like, we need to get, they yelled at her because it was, you stop laughing because we're going to go action. But I was just like, that's pretty funny, I guess.
That's pretty funny to be drier than Oscar Wilde.
She was sweet. She was a really nice old
lady.
Very nice. Gosh, who else? There were tons of people. There were people from Scream here. There were people from, there was the girl from The Craft.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned Laura Park Lincoln from Part 7, Jason Part 7. She was the telekinetic girl who embarrassed Jason by taking his mask off. And then there was Kimberly Beck, is that her name? From Jason Part 4.
Yes.
She was Corey Feldman's sister.
Corey Feldman's hot sister.
In that movie.
Yeah.
Forgive me for spacing out on some of these people's names. We met a lot of people this weekend.
Yeah.
And how can I forget this one? Harry Manfredini.
Yeah.
He was the first guy we met this weekend.
The composer for the Friday the 13th films. He was so nice. He has a cool signature too. We'll have to show it off.
Yeah, we will do a haul video. We're gonna show all of our stuff. He signs his pictures. He puts
musical staff,
music staff, and he puts notes, and he puts chit ha ha, and it's really cool. Let's see. Because of the walk for us, because of his long walk, we didn't attend the VIP party. We were just so beat, man.
Yeah, we were gonna, and then it was like, Andy, you want to go? And I don't either. And so we stayed in the hotel and watched. We actually stayed in the hotel and watched 31.
Well, here's how it goes for us. Typically on Friday morning, Thursday night, we don't sleep because we're excited and we're getting our stuff ready. We have busy lives, and we have to take the time to get all of our original posters packaged up neat and safe.
I can't believe Scarefest is over. Like it always, the day before Scarefest is like the day before Christmas.
Yeah.
And now it's over.
So
it's all gone.
So we missed out on the VIP party, and it was in a different location too. That was another thing that kind of threw us off. It's never in the same location, so it really kind of hurts. It's just kind of like
we just didn't want to put forth the effort.
It was a long walk. What else? He went to the costume ball. I did not. I fell asleep. I was exhausted.
Yeah. Costume ball was fun. Got to hang out with a couple people I knew. Shout out to Amber and Angie.
Seems like they had a lot of really great vendors this year. There's a lot of interesting original art. There's a lot of you guys are really creative out there. You make some really great things.
Yeah, there was this one booth that had a statue. I might upload that actually. I might have you upload that video you took on my phone to our channel or something. The vendors, like, there's a guy who made like all these sculptures and stuff out of just like metal stuff, like scrap metal, like nuts and bolts and whatever else. Table knives. It was really neat.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else.
That's a lot. We went to of course with the panels we went to the 31 panel.
Oh yeah.
That had the stars from it, and then we also went to the Sleepaway Camp panel, which honestly we went to about 5 or 6 years ago, but we enjoy Felicity Rose and Jonathan Tiersten so much that we decided to do that again. Well, and it was really neat.
And it was, I will say something else here. They scheduled the Sleepaway Camp panel at the exact same time as the Friday the 13th panel. That is kind of counterproductive because you have to understand
the theme was Camp Scarefest.
So each one of those should have a time that's coinciding with something else, not another camp.
They shouldn't go against each other,
And it kind of pitted them against each other, and
well, I don't care. I'm gonna go to Sleepaway Camp. I love that woman.
Well, it's just a good movie. I mean, it's a great movie, and I don't know. If you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, you should. And this is gonna sound like a gripe. I heard this a lot this year. The organization, things were a little frustrating at times because it seemed like one hand was not communicating with the other hand at Scarefest.
A little bit. Yeah.
It was a little off, and the thing
is, things as far as getting into the doors and
it's too complicated now.
Yeah.
And I understand that you can't with security with it being so big, and you want to keep a count. You have to have people walk through things. I get it. At the same time, when we used to be able to go in the little atrium area and sit and talk to people instead of out in the hall and go all about in a line back to the restaurants, it just kind of, I don't know. And it seems like people didn't know how to get you the tickets, and I heard that the golden ticket holders didn't get in until 3:45 when they're supposed to get in at 3 on Friday.
Well, is that what time we got in? I don't remember.
We went in at 4, but we didn't. Really.
Oh, we went in at 4, but we should have been able to get in at 3.
But other people were saying they didn't get in until 3:45, and that's, you pay all this money for a golden ticket, you pay extra money, and same with the platinum ticket holders, you pay all this extra money, and it's supposed to give you perks. And it brings me to my next point. You're supposed to have hour early entry to the floor. However, when we went onto the floor, almost every day that we went on early, there was almost nobody there during that extra time.
Yeah.
That extra time is...
No vendors, no celebrities.
Yeah, it was completely empty this morning. There was like 3 or 4 maybe celebrities on the floor yesterday.
I don't even know if they communicate to people, like, that they can come in early. I don't even know. Like,
and I know this isn't Scarefest's fault. The website problems, you gotta get those fixed, because...
everyone was complaining about how the website was down this weekend.
Finding the schedule was kind of difficult. Maybe putting that on the Facebook page would have been helpful. Just as like the top banner pick or something, a schedule of events. I don't know. Other than that, I had a great time. I enjoy meeting people there.
Yeah, we had a great time.
If you haven't been to Scarefest, I would advise going because they bring in a lot of people. And here's to next year being a decade.
Next year will be Scarefest 10. So hopefully they're going to pull out all the stops, get some really great
Robert England.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell.
Right. Yeah. That would be awesome. John Carpenter.
Yeah. We won't have enough money to do that.
Yeah, that's why we got to do early, so we can save money, because yeah. Anyway, I'm Sam.
I'm Evan.
And we'll catch you cats later. Goodbye.
Right. Bye-bye.